Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Neca Predator figures. We're having a look today at Thermal Vision Dutch. Making use of a previously released mold on Dutch, Neca has decided to release a thermal vision of Dutch, and I gotta say, it looks awesome. It's really hard actually to gauge how it's painted, so I'm really looking forward to getting this out of packaging and just kind of getting a better look at the figure. It does come with several different accessories, all of which I think were also re-releases from the original Dutch figure. But before we have a look at that, the packaging features the classic Predator helmet on the side there. This is for ages 17 and up. Figure also has over 20 points of articulation. Of course, includes M16 with grenade launcher, pistol, and knife. If we flip around the back of the package, the 25th anniversary of Predator. The read-up for Thermal Vision Dutch says, deep in the Central American jungle, the Predator is hunting humans for sport. Armed with his plasma caster, wrist blades, and a cloaking technology, the Predator methodically stalks and kills the opponents he deems worthy. The jungle hunter Predator collects the skulls and spines of his victims as trophies and skins his prey, leaving the bodies hanging from the trees. When a Special Forces team is dispatched on a rescue mission, they soon become the Predator's prey. And that is also a nice image of Thermal Vision Dutch. Be on the lookout of the other figures down below. A couple of other Predator figures available as well. If you are interested in checking out more from Neca, you can head over to their website at www.necaonline.com. You can see not only these figures, but some of the other properties that Neca is producing. Having said that, Spot's going to take himself a break, and I'm going to get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Thermal Vision Dutch. Don't go anywhere, guys. There's more heading your way. The weapons that will come included with Dutch, you'll get yourself a little small hand pistol. Now the pistol, as well as all the accessories, and really for that matter, Dutch, are all cast in this translucent green plastic. They are the same accessories that came with the other Dutch, but just in a really neat looking translucent plastic. You get yourself a pistol. You'll also get yourself a hunting knife. And lastly, you'll get yourself an M16. All of which were, again, re-releases from the original Dutch figure, just in this green plastic. Exactly the same way as the other Dutch. He has a holster on the side that you can take his pistol. And you just move this kind of strap out of the way here and tuck the pistol underneath, like so. On the other side, he has his sheath to hold his blade. Just put that into place as well. The only place that he doesn't have a section to hold his weapon is, well, he can't hold his M16, but you can kind of drape it over his shoulder. You can also have him holding it as well. But we will just move that out of the way. Like Spot had mentioned, this is just a recast to the original Dutch figure, and bringing the figure in there, you can see the difference between the two. Again, it's exact same mold, they've just recast it in this translucent plastic. Now, one thing I really have to say about Neca, though, when they re-release figures and they give them different paints, it's very specific to something in the movie. It's not just simply that they're taking a Dutch and they're putting something else on them and they're packaging as something new. In the same vein, really, as the NES Jason, the NES Freddy, the upcoming NES Predator, Dutch here is coming to us as something that we've seen in the movie. This thermal vision is how the Predator is hunting his prey. For that same reason, it's not that they just simply took a clear green figure and put paint all over him. They clearly knew what they were doing when they painted the figure. If we turn the figure around, you can see how all this figure is just comprised of this translucent green plastic. The benefit by having it also in green plastic is that you can see all the joints. You can see how the figure was pegged together. Shoulders, arms, and his legs, and his upper torso. In the green plastic, it works, and because the Predator is looking at Dutch from the front, it would make perfect sense that the back has absolutely no paint on it. In that same vein, when you start looking at things like his vest, if you move the vest slightly out of the way, you can see that there's absolutely no paint underneath. It makes sense, because if this vest was in front, anything that's scanning a heat signature, something cold like a shirt or an outfit over top, material would mask that heat signature. So therefore, it makes sense that there's nothing painted underneath this vest. The choice of coloring with the lighter yellow, the hotter yellow, the much cooler red, and then the straight out green really brings this figure forward. And looking at it, it's the type of figure that looks incredible no matter how you turn it. Likeness, though, again, it's the exact same Dutch, so you're still getting a great sculpt of Arnold Schwarzenegger, though because he is painted, you really can't see a lot of things like his eyes, his nose. It's really only from when you start turning it on angles that you can see a lot of that sculpt, but that's really not the point of this figure. This figure is just, it's beautiful. I love the way it's been painted to look like something in the movie. Now, because he is still in the green plastic and because he's still cast in the same mold, he has all the same articulation as what we got with the other Dutch. His head does rotate left and right, up and down. His shoulders are all still on a pin and socket hinge, so they rotate forward, back, out. He has a rotation and bend in the forearm, rotation and bend in the hand. And then he has the upper torso crunch, rotation in the waist, and then his legs go forward, back, out, rotation in thigh, double bend at the knee, or single bend at the knee, rotation in the lower leg, and hinge and rotation in the foot. I think as one slight problem I might have with the figure, and it's not to say that it may be the case, but I worry that perhaps with it being in a translucent green plastic, I don't know how long joints will be strong. I worry that perhaps a peg may break, being that it's a clear plastic, but perhaps that may not be necessarily the case. Certainly as NECA has advanced and gotten better with their lines, quality I think definitely has improved as well, and breaking on any of the joints on Dutch may not pose any sort of a problem. This is definitely a figure that I think warrants having a repaint. Sure, of course, they've just reused the same Dutch figure, but giving him this thermal vision definitely is a figure and really warrants this being a figure that you would want to pick up. If you've loved the Predator line, I think this is a figure that you definitely would want to get. Thermal Vision Dutch, I'm going to give him an 8.5. It just goes to show, by taking an existing mold, how you can really broaden a line out by giving us really key moments from movies. And Thermal Vision Dutch is a great example of that. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Thermal Vision Dutch. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned. Spot's going to have more reviews of Predator figures heading your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.